Do not let me into my zone. Do not let me into my zone. I am definitely in my zone. Thank you, thank you. That was the poetry of a guy whose name is no longer a cool thing to say in the society of where we live.
Hitler?
Oh, there's the no. He's worse even. It's Kanye West, dude. Yeah. Hi, hello, welcome to Fast Food Thursday, everybody. My name is actually Hitler. That's my name, and I am gay and my dick is small.
Hello.
Hello. I actually was eating at a restaurant. Actually, I have a picture of this. I was eating. I
He's
had
got a
one of the.
picture.
I had like the best schnitzel of my entire life, which is
Ooh.
it's really saying something because I am German. Although to be fair, like German cuisine is there's not that it's kind of hard to find within Germany because
Really?
yeah, Germans don't
Because it's
like
not
German
very
food.
good.
Yeah, German.
Wait, no, wait, Burger, do you mean it's hard to find in Germany in general, or is it hard to find in like big metropolitan areas?
I mean, the only place you would find it is Germany and Kentucky certainly has the better German restaurants.
Damn.
It's one of those cuisines that just is not appreciated for the food that it has. Germans don't really take pride in their food. It has kind of like a pedestrian connotation. Anyway, I had a fantastic schnitzel, right? And this
Right.
was next to a sports park, and I zoomed in on this. Like, this is a real company that really exists. The Hilter Corporation.
Yeah, it's just one letter swap away from being
Yes,
big no-no
Posh,
corpo.
that you have actually really you have identified the joke here. That's
Yeah, I
truly
thrive off ruining jokes
that
if
was
I
the joke,
understand them.
in fact.
If I understand them.
And I understood it, you did. Completely. I don't actually know what they
Yeah.
do. I think this a car thing. So
I do have a curious observation. Now, Chris,
yeah.
you might call me out on this because I very well may be wrong on this, but I feel like specifically in the South, especially in like
Here we
London,
go.
London especially, it is very hard to find very traditional English, very English kind of food, right? You know, I mean, there are a few shops, but you have to fucking go near outside London to find them, you know, which is something I'm planning on doing this weekend because there's apparently a very good, what was it, mash and pie shop that
Isn't
sells
fish and
jelly
chips
deal.
like very English and you can find it anywhere and it's delicious?
Yes, but the thing is, apart from that, what the fuck else can you find? Apart from
You,
like fish and chips.
you can get pasties pretty much at any bakery.
True.
Outside of
That is
the
very
posh
true.
ones. But if you go to like a normal bakery.
There is also like I know a few butcher shops that do sell pasties, and one of the ones is Lidgate's on fuck, what's the road called again?
I'm not going to know this. I live like 40 minutes away from you by train.
Yeah, hang
Dox
on.
yourself, Posh. Dox.
Good
Not
evening,
fucking
Burger
with-
Craig.
Hello, who has arrived?
I am Michael, or I guess McFallow
Vsauce?
on the internet.
You've been here
And,
before.
You've been yeah. No, it's on
Right?
Holland Park Avenue.
You're like you've been on have you been on Fast Food Thursday before?
I think
I don't
I've
think
seen
I've
Ted
been in the
before.
voice chat before.
Oh, okay. Well then welcome.
No,
Welcome.
I think I've heard your voice before, but I don't think I've heard it in this specific chat.
It was when you were in his walls. It's kind of like
That would
I'm not
explain.
in your walls. I'm not
That would explain. That
currently
would
stalking
explain.
you in any capacity. Don't worry.
But
As far as seafood goes, I was in Alabama and I was appalled by the quality of the seafood being on the West Coast. I'm like, where is my Alaskan cod? This is
All right.
flounder. This is
Good to go?
atrocious.
All right, thank you.
Isn't the Alabama not on the coast?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't believe Alabama is on the coast.
Actually, hang on. It's fucking superior than if French onions. I ate French onion soup today that I made myself, and my farts may be absolutely horrible, but it was tasty.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's the farts, dude. They're vile.
It
Like-
adds to the flavor.
Yeah.
Alabama touches the Gulf of Mexico slightly, but it's blocked off by Florida.
Once again, Florida ruining things for everyone else.
It's like the Croatia of. Holy shit! It really is like the Croatia of the fucking southeast, dude.
What, Florida? Yeah. Yeah, it hogs the beach.
And then it's Mobile, Alabama.
What about stationary
Mobile.
Alabama?
Do you feel like it is Mobile? Does it have like a mix of being a coastal town and racist as fuck?
Yes, that's how the panhandle. That's the panhandle. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hell yeah.
I
was
used
in-
to live. I used to
Go
live
ahead.
over. I used to live over near Pensacola,
Yeah.
and it is very resort racism.
I do like
Oh,
the
what?
sound of the word Pensacola for some reason. It's very nice.
Fun fact: Airbus has a assembly plant in Mobile, Alabama.
wait, Erebus? That fucking bitch ass motherfucker?
What?
Yeah,
Not
Airbus-
just like a
yeah, the
personal beef with the Airbus company, like that motherfucker
Really?
owes me money, dude.
Doesn't like planes.
For a second there, I thought he said motherfucking Erebus from Warhammer 40K. I was like, motherfucker, we got Erebuses?
Just getting super fucking angry about this.
There's actually
Yeah.
a funny story. There's a funny story behind that Airbus plant, because the U.S. Air Force was looking to get a new tanker for their operations, and the competitors were Boeing and Airbus. And when they both presented their projects, Airbus had the superior product,
Yeah.
and so the Air Force was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go with Airbus," and Airbus was like, "Cool, we'll even build a plant in America to build them locally." And then Boeing went to the government and was like, "Don't let them do that. Don't let the Air Force buy from Airbus." And the government was like, "Okay, you can't buy from Airbus. You have to buy Boeing."
Damn, that is fucking wild. But they still kept the plant in.
Yeah, they
Bro.
found they produce regional airliners for North and South America there now. They found a reason to still keep it.
Military industrial complex, baby.
Yeah, because it was one of the dumbest competitions because literally the Airbus was superior in every way. But it's like-
military on my industrial complex. She
Yeah.
military on my industrial till I complex. There we fucking
Yeah.
go. That's it.
Good
That's
lord.
the bit.
Yeah, I was concerned. I thought it was like Erebus from like Warhammer 40K, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't trust them either. Like, get them out.
No.
Motherfucker got that man with the scriptures preaching.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so today is Thursday, as it tends to be when I do the stream, although not always. And,
Wow, how
yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah. And I'm tired. Although I did do some work today. I did finally end up editing. Which is what I actually want to talk about. I'm
All
trying
right,
to-
thanks a lot, guys.
You are
Oh, sorry.
most welcome, my friend.
sorry.
I'm trying to get your opinions on something, and I have to export it down to Photoshop real quick. But then we can.
Huh. There is apparently an Aztec builder. I am very much intrigued.
A what builder?
An Aztec city builder. A city builder set in Mesoamerica, pre-Columbian times.
Okay, what is wrong with this thumbnail?
Hold up. In the studio?
I don't like the way you're gesturing towards the P word and hating what I think the P word is implied here.
The P word is penis, and he's pointing at the penis.
Oh, damn, that's even worse. How could you, Burger?
Yeah, penis is bad.
Penis.
I feel like there's something wrong with it. I can't put my finger on it. Ironic, I know. But there's some that's not quite right with this thumbnail.
Oh, I know what it is. You're gonna hate me for saying this because it's really nitpicky.
Yeah.
But the writing isn't vertically centered.
It is not vertically centered, yeah. But when I do center it vertically, it doesn't look too much better, I feel like. Oh shit, that was the wrong layer.
Damn, you're right. I've just been spending an entire fucking day testing
I'm gonna export
vertically centered test. Bro, I just spent the entire fucking day testing vertical central line text, and it's killed me.
I don't really feel like this is better. It creates too much negative space on the top.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh god,
it's too crammed around your shoulder.
That doesn't feel centered though. Like
that is centered. It's mathematically that is centered.
But it doesn't feel like it.
I know.
I understand. My brain recognizes.
There's a distinct lack of visual noise in the top quarter of the image.
It's
I like the bottom one.
What?
I like the bottom one.
The fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker?
No, the bottom one's better because his finger's pointing makes a straight line towards the middle of the second row. It feels better.
If you take yourself and rotate it counterclockwise by about 10 degrees, then it becomes less busy at the bottom and a little bit more busy at the top. It'll also make you look goofy because you're kind of at a funny angle.
True.
If you replaced yourself with Ryan Gosling or the opposite, you might get more views because people are like, "Ooh, Ryan Gosling saying the P word." I'd like to watch that video.
Ryan Gosling in no way relates to this video.
That's the world of Hollywood, man. Clickbait, right? Maximize viewership.
Yeah, but clickbait. That's the thing that people get wrong about clickbait, right? It only really works when you actually deliver. Well, yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I like the slight rotation of it, but it doesn't really look too much better. Let me play it around with some other stuff. It only really works when you actually deliver. Because when you don't deliver the clickbait, it can be like the clickbait can be a bit hyperbolic, but if you just do the clickbait, what ends up happening is that people just don't trust you. Like, the king of clickbait, Ray William Johnson, back in the day, one of the guys who invented clickbait. There was always the thing that he was clickbaiting about in the video.
Yeah.
Okay,
Damn, guys, have you heard about the new fucking BuzzFeed movie? The horror BuzzFeed movie. Bro, it looks so It's based on, so the whole horror concept, spoilers, even though it's fucking spoiled in the trailer, by the way, is a guy makes comics, internet comics, for a living for BuzzFeed, and then he gets.
I'm already scared.
Oh no, he's making comics. How fucking horrifying. But so he makes comics, he gets into an argument online, and then he gets followed by a weird account, and weird shit starts happening to him, like supernatural shit, all because of that account following him. I'm like, bro,
Wait, didn't they do this before with Skype, and wasn't there like a Skype
but
horror
this is-
movie
I
that was the
think
same
there
thing?
was, yeah,
That-
yeah.
Yeah.
That Skype movie, if I recall, was like purely suspense horror. Like it was real life horror. There was no supernatural element to it, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but the
This
cool thing
one-
about it was, because the Skype movie was cool because they did it all within Skype. There was no like real life shots. It was just Skype.
Yeah, but not this one. Not this new one.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it's like it is also very supernatural, which is kind of like you're messing with some things that just do not work.
What do you mean, very supernatural?
As in, like, supernatural shit happens, ghosts and spirits and
But
whatnot.
like very much so.
Okay.
Yeah, very much.
They're very spirit.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys remember when some people did like horror on Twitter, where they show like
the
show
regular
like
Twitter feed of a regular Twitter user? Yeah.
Oh no! It was like a dude posted screenshots from like a Twitter feed where, like, the first post is the FBI saying, "We're expecting red tonight." If it's red outside, don't go outside. And it's just a bunch of people memeing about like, oh, the red is outside. And then you have like a couple corporate accounts memeing about the red. And then like at midnight, you have like the FBI saying, step outside, step into the red. And like all the corporate accounts saying the same thing. And like people are starting to get freaked out on Twitter. Like, what's the red? And somebody posts a picture of like out their window and it's all red and like people are freaking out, and it's like I'm explaining it very poorly, but it actually came off as kind of like disturbing.
So this was like the actual FBI account?
No, it was somebody had made fake Twitter screenshots.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's like the FBI was warning about something called the red, and people were joking about it on Twitter and arguing about it. And then when the red happens, a bunch of people started saying like, "Go into the red," and like even the FBI was saying, "Go into the reds."
I hope
and it was it was kind of
BuzzFeed
creepy.
horror movie is just as good as this. It was.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
really
trash.
cool.
What makes
it would have
this-
been funnier if the FBI had actually done it though.
What
I
makes
suppose
this
they
a
were just
FBI
giving it.
horror film. Though? Actually, I need to. I'm gonna be a lot louder in a second. I need to fix some with my audio.
It was
Here I
one big
fucking
red
go. There
noise.
we fucking go. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. What makes this a BuzzFeed horror movie?
Because it's made by BuzzFeed, if I recall correctly, and like there's a lot of imagery around BuzzFeed, basically. Like they work. The whole start of the premise is they work at a fucking BuzzFeed office. I'm not fucking joking.
But I mean, so as I understand the horror genre, and mind you, I'm no expert. You are supposed to, like, a certain extent, be able to sympathize with the characters. Are they just like discarding that notion entirely?
I'm not. Holy shit! I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it at first. I was like, wait a second.
It's because it seems to me like
Kidding. Oh man, fuck, that was fucking good.
15 articles about Ryan Gosling having nothing to do about Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I also haven't seen the Barbie movie, but somebody is.
I want to.
Like I saw the thumbnail of the Shad video where he's like, "This is feminist cancer."
Is it even out yet? Doesn't
I
it come out like
don't know.
It, co-
at
it,
the-
Oh,
It
it's
comes out
it
soon.
comes out tomorrow.
Oh, it's not out?
No, yeah.
In the U.S. The joke is that it comes out the same day as Oppenheimer.
Yeah, no, I know that. But like, how does he know
Yeah,
it's
and that's
feminist cancer if he hasn't even seen it yet?
because it's popular. Because it's popular and it has a female lead.
I mean,
and
it
it's about
has
Barbie, which is a female
a
icon.
5 out of 10 on IMDb already.
Yeah.
Man, that's harsh.
I'm
So-
looking at both on Saturday.
It's
I googled the Barbie movie,
Yeah.
and it made Google pink, and it put sparkles all over the
Yeah,
screen.
the same
so,
thing happened to me just now, but I didn't like notice it. That's how fucking so it's a 3.3. There's a lot of very bad user ratings on this.
Let me guess.
I-
It's the anti SJW crowd.
Release.
Yeah.
It has. You say it has a lot of bad reviews, but on
July.
Rotten
So it
Tomatoes-
says here July 20th in Germany, so it came out today. But Oppenheimer also came out today here.
Yeah.
So-
Honestly, genuinely, fucking theaters need to do like the double feature where it's like 15-minute break in between two films, but you get both films. Do it. Fucking do it.
Actually, Google looks a lot better with a little bit of pink because it's like I do use it in dark mode, so it's a dark pink. I like it.
This is oh my god, bro.
So what I don't
That's some
really
good
understand what a
spoilers.
Barbie film is supposed to be about. So
I've got no fucking clue either.
You just have to embrace the energy, man.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
imagine like Legally
I do
Blonde.
want to watch it though. I do want to
different.
watch it.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing a lot of great. See, this is when it's always when it's like this level of like disparity between reviews. I feel like there's always something going on that just has nothing to do with the film.
Oh yeah. Ooh. So apparently they're releasing a Last of Us Part 2 remaster already.
If I Google Oppenheimer movie, will
Right.
Google do like a little nuclear explosion? animation?
It'll make it grain depressing. It'll make
Your
it grain
GPU
depressing.
melts.
Damn.
I
guess
feel like
my
a
CPU
nuke would be a microaggression.
Fucking Oppenheimer movie.
It's gonna be grain depressing.
Doesn't
That's all I
give me anything special here.
that's all I understand of
Yeah, I feel like maybe I might watch it or maybe I won't. I don't.
I really need to.
I'm going to forget it exists, and then like in 15 years, I'm going to see it on whatever Netflix is at that point, and then I'm going to
Hell yeah.
probably fucking jack off or something. Yeah, that's so that's pretty good. So none of you have actually seen it yet.
Nope.
No, it comes out tomorrow. I'm seeing it the day after.
I really need to go see it. Unfortunately, on Saturday I'm going to there's a very famous pie shop for being like one of the oldest still existing pie shops in London, which is on the East End, I think. Hang on, East End.
And you can find Posh's affiliate link to this place.
Fuck you.
Every time they sell a pie, he gets a slice, which will be
Yeah.
taken out of your pie. So
Yeah.
It's a slice.
Is that
I will not be releasing the name of it because that would be a terrible fucking idea.
but you can check the name if you click on the affiliate link.
Yeah,
Okay,
Gets me some V-Bucks, baby.
Okay, I found the Twitter horror screenshots. The warning was don't look at the internet at midnight.
I love that the name of the account that responds to this is just Sonic Daddy, and they
Yeah.
repeat it like a fucking like exactly how they would.
Yeah. Joe Biden, red.
Oh, good. Holy shit. I just realized they're making a fucking remaster of fucking The Last of Us Part 2 of all fucking things.
What do you mean a
Why?
remaster of The Last of Us Part 2? Didn't that come out like 2 months ago?
No, it came out in
No, that was the
2019.
Wait,
That
that
was
was
the
two. That was sort of like fucking half a decade ago. That was fucking 2019. What the fuck?
yeah. Overwatch 2's coming to Steam.
Oh,
That's-
it's already on
that's,
Steam.
Oh,
I feel like that really reveals a lot about the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
They're
fucking
willing to
It came out
they're-
in 2020.
they're willing to risk having to give out refunds and deal with actual reviews.
I played when Overwatch originally came out. I played it a lot. It was very fun, but they, ended up kind of making it
they
be
ended up-
shit.
Just to clear the record on Overwatch 2 on Steam, it's on the Steam store page, but it's going to be released on August 10th.
Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Team Fortress 2 released the map where you have to escort a seal.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
so
like one of the
fucking
most-
funny.
It's so cute.
It's hilariously cute, yeah. I really
Yeah.
need to get back into Steam.
Just to flex, they did that. They did that to flex.
Yeah, they're like, fuck you, we can add this and people are going to jump at the chance to fucking play our game. Fuck you, Blizzard.
Yeah. So that's our regularly scheduled Overwatch news segment today. That was that.
Yeah.
So we talk about Overwatch news every Fast Food Thursday, obviously.
Here's a
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, here's a picture of how, I'm sorry, Burger. I'm sorry.
What the fuck are you showing me?
I've seen this. This is actually kind of cool. I like this.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, conspiracy theorists need to become like fantasy and sci-fi writers. They make some really banging shit.
There is some like begun short story in one of my things, like in some folder of mine that deals with the idea of, like, it actually is an ice wall. Like all these scientists, they come there and like the government guy's like, well, okay, listen to me. There just is an ice wall and you need to accept this, and we have misled you, but now we need your actual scientific expertise.
Holy fuck! Islamic State owns like
Yeah, they have a whole.
it's like a whole continent to themselves.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know
bigger
why
than the
they need
Asian Europe
ours
one.
then. It's really like.
yeah, it's kind of fucking selfish, greedy.
Okay, so you have Taiwan, you have West Taiwan, and then you have Formosa Ultimate Taiwan.
Good lord.
They have
man.
telekinesia.
Guys, this is fake. This isn't real. Don't listen to their lies.
This is actually true.
Good
Good
lord.
To ISIS.
Unironically, though, like, so this is like a series of rings. So there's the ice wall there, then there's the mountain ring around the next layer. Does that mean the people from Gemina don't know about Atlantis? Like, is that another wall?
Clearly, we have been deceived. So who knows what their government does to deceive them?
But then, like, do you think they look at us and go, "Oh, look at those silly people"? Who
I feel
are
like
behind the ice
exactly,
wall?
right? I feel like it would be if your world is basically a donut, you might notice this more easily. Right?
Yeah.
And realistically
I like-
speaking, the choke points shouldn't be as desolate as they appear to be here, but like the most powerful nation states within this system. On account
They
of,
really need to brainstorm this a bit more.
Yeah, like this Sledevat Ostrovu thing down there, that should be like that should be an incredibly powerful like nation.
Because it's right at the
Alden,
junction of a
Horus,
major trade route.
Yeah.
The Maria. What the fuck is this?
I like
Just,
how
like,
there's
some of these names.
a continent over to the right over to the left of Sladovia called New Appalachia.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining it's like full of like godlike Atlantean titans who are just fucking rednecks.
Hell yeah.
Like they drive NASCAR and still their own moonshine.
It's like
Yes.
magical NASCAR.
Yeah, it's magical NASCAR.
Yeah, that's also one of the most powerful nations, right? So, and then you go down to fucking this area.
This
Well,
reminds me a lot. This reminds me a lot of One Piece. One Piece is like on the same kind of scale.
Yeah.
Their world.
I never
How do
really
you-
understood the world of One Piece, but yeah.
It's apparently it's an ocean. It's from what I understand, it's an ocean planet that's about the size of Jupiter, that has a bunch of continents, and then like one continent that's a ring going across the equator, and like north, and then there's another north-south ring of like ocean currents called the Grand Line. And
One
yeah, and due to weather anomalies and phenomena, that's why the Grand Line is like this like ultimate place that everybody wants to go to.
Okay, this I have to post a picture of this because.
But then there's also
Bruh, this
four
is-
seas, and then there's Reverse Mountain, which gets you at the start of the Grand Line, and then there's the Calm Belt that separates the Grand Line, so you can't just jump, because then you can't catch wind, and then you'll get eaten by a giant sea king.
Good lord.
And there's a
What?
one world government called the World Government, which Luffy is constantly at odds with, which yes, does technically make Luffy a terrorist. He is both a freedom fighter and a terrorist because those are the same things, depending on your perspective.
What is this?
I mean, let's be real. Luffy is a fucking baller ass motherfucker. He a god now. He a fucking god.
Turks are not good at sex.
What?
This is just I
I-
cannot confirm this information. I am an expert on this. That is bullshit. Yeah. What do you mean
Furries?
Turks are not good at sex? Please no racism. But what do you
I got a hand when I was briefly stationed in Turkey near Adana. I bought a hand job and it wasn't that good. That's my
I mean, that
experience.
seems pretty empirical to me, honestly. I feel like that that really.
I mean, yeah, that's all I have to say.
This is a cultist simulator.
yeah. So
Interesting.
basically, I hate One Piece now. Like, I never watched it anyway, but this is fucking ridiculous, and I fucking hate it. Shit on
You
One
need to
Piece.
start with the 2-piece.
I have a friend who's like a huge One Piece fan, and I love him. He's one of the best people, but he's gonna be so disappointed in the show.
Don't watch the show. The manga is way better than the show.
The show is not even out yet, so I don't know.
No, don't. That's why I say to anybody who's going to get into One Piece, just don't watch the show.
I'm not gonna get into One Piece.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, that's why, just general policy, I suppose.
But yeah, I don't know how the One Piece fans are like split about because I hear a lot of them are still like, oh, this is like they have an unspeakably large budget. This is probably going to be good. It's like, yeah, well, you know.
It's a genre that hasn't been properly capitalized on.
Yeah. I mean, you know, not that I particularly care about anime beyond, you know, this my friend. I don't want him to feel bad in his heart. But yeah. I mean, maybe this will be the one that breaks the pattern of literally every single anime adaptation being complete and utter garbage. Maybe this time it'll be different.
I mean, Oda himself apparently helped choose like the cast for it. So
Cody, I just want to say that the reason hand jobs can be good is because it is somebody else's hand doing it. That's the point of a hand job.
Damn, you don't say.
Yeah, that's why it's not called multi-person masturbation. Multiplayer masturbation.
Fucking. We have a different segment of the show, given that we had the Overwatch segment, and we also have this segment of the show, the Michael Jackson segment. I put it into Wikipedia, and he is in fact dead.
Oh, damn.
I heard that. I
That's,
heard that. I heard that happened.
that happened.
That happened a while ago.
Yeah. So
It-
What happened to
It was a
Bubbles?
joke.
we'll check back in next week to see what the situation is like. But you know,
Yeah, unfortunately, people.
hang on.
Damn, such a tragedy.
His, hey, he
Is
was.
Bubbles
I'm
still
sorry. He
left?
was married to the daughter of Elvis Presley.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a music video where they were naked in bed together.
What?
Yeah, there's a
Excuse
music
me?
video.
That I did not know.
Yeah, there's a music video he did where they're both in it and they're both naked in like a bed, like flying, like either on top of a mountain or just like floating in the sky.
That's
Bro,
fucking
what the
crazy, dude.
Bro, what the
I
fuck?
think most things
Is
are
this
better
how
on
we
top.
inherited the King of title? Is that?
Yeah,
Good old nepotism.
You fuck the king's daughter, and that's how you become the king of
Yeah.
whatever you specialize in.
Is it? Is the, so? Was that an? Okay, so
Okay,
was this an interracial marriage? Like,
Yes.
Michael
Jackson black.
Michael Jackson, despite what he did to his body, he is canonically black.
yeah. I mean, he is but,
Canonically
like,
black.
It depends on when they got married.
I was trying to figure out the word I wanted to use. I just went. I'm sorry.
No, that's just so fucking hilarious how we could refer to people as canonically a certain race.
Okay, let's look at.
I honestly feel like if he wasn't so abused as a child by his father, everything he did to his body, he wouldn't have done nearly the amount
He would
of
still be black.
shit.
Is what
That
you're trying to
kid
say.
is
Yeah.
a demon. That is the Antichrist right there.
I think that's his kid.
Yes,
If your eyes reflect, it is a show of healthy eyes.
that's.
Is that
bit
the kid? Is that the kid he hung off a balcony when he was freaking out about the press?
I see. That's the first thing I learned about Michael Jackson is that happening.
Yeah, he had breakdown because of the paparazzi. He ended up like hanging his
Which,
kid
like,
off a
in
balcony.
fairness, right? The paparazzi are fucking horrible.
Oh
Like,
no, they're
I
fucking
would
animals.
Shoot
be
on
stressed out
They are
about this shit
disgusting
all
animals.
the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be
Was it-
real.
He was
If
trying
I-
to show the kid off, right? Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to kill the kid. It's like, look, I got a kid. It's like you're holding it over, you know.
No,
That kind of
I
deal.
think he was literally having the breakdowns, and it was like, "Oh, you want to see my life? You want to see my life? You want to see something? You want to see something? Here's something." And I think he was honestly having a breakdown.
Probably, yeah. But, like, who knows?
I will say though, like, honestly, at this point, just fucking shoot paparazzis on site. They
No,
Well,
don't
legally,
don't treat him like
it should-
humans.
it should be treated just like stalking and harassment for normal people, because that's
Yeah.
what it is. I don't know
Yeah,
why
yeah.
there's legal exceptions in some areas for paparazzi when they're
No,
literally
there's
just
a
stalking
lot
and
there's a
harassing.
lot of people who say that like celebrities, like in order to become a celebrity, they have to give up their right to privacy.
That
and
is
I think that's
fucked up.
absolute bullshit.
That is
That
so.
is
It's such a
absolute
fucked up
bullshit.
thing, and it's also I don't like this whole culture of expecting celebrities to be like better humans, right? I don't. It's bullshit. There is like a. It's like people want you to be a god, right? They want you to be some sort of perfect divine being that they can look up to, and you like forfeit your right to be just a human.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like.
No,
that's
no,
so
like-
fucking
You've
bullshit.
already become a celebrity by being better, presumably. So logical conclusion.
No, I mean
to
in the
expect
sense of not in like I wouldn't call it not in sense of like being better at something, but being like a paragon of whatever system of morality that they subscribe to.
Yeah.
And shout out
Well,
to
it's like-
Timothy Oliphant for being completely like no one knows who his family is. At least it was like this a couple years ago when I last checked in on Timothy Oliphant. It might be different now. Let's do our regularly scheduled Timothy Oliphant segment.
Timothy Oliphant. I do not know who that guy is. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Doxing him for a bit.
Okay, somebody knows the name of his wife. His wife does not have a Wikipedia page. No one knows the names of his children. That is it.
So speaking of people who nobody knows anything about, so there's Michael Jordan, and then there's Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
There's Michael Jackson, and there is in fact a Michael B. Jackson.
Is there a Michael B.
It's
Jackson?
Yeah. Maybe it's kind of like One Piece, where there's like the will of D.
See, now
because
when you said Michael B. Jordan, this is the guy I had in mind, but that's Michael B. Jackson. So now I have to Google Michael B. Jordan. That's the same. Hang on, what? That literally is the same. It's the same image. Okay. It's just Google not understanding that I'm talking about a different person. It's just because I see it and I'm like, this is the same guy. It is the same guy. It has the same title. It's just when I put in Michael B. Jackson pictures of Michael B. Jordan come out. This is Michael B. Jackson.
Michael Jordan's a fucking sociopath.
Isn't he dead?
No,
I mean,
didn't we
you
sell
become
him
a
to
billionaire,
China?
right?
Let's go to our regularly scheduled Michael Jordan segment.
Yeah. But no, when you hear him, like when he used to do interviews and stuff, he just talked really weird about other people, and it was just like, oh yeah, he's a sociopath.
And I took that personally. He would constantly go, and I took that personally.
He is still alive.
He is insane. He is actually motherfucking insane.
Michael Jeffrey
he's a
Jordan,
billionaire, right?
also known by his initials MJ. I think perhaps you are mistaken because his initials are MJJ. You are welcome, whoever wrote this Wikipedia page. Yeah, I don't know anything about Michael Jackson except he's good at basketball. That's all I know.
He did that movie with Bugs Bunny.
I didn't even know that. Like that's he did the one infomercial that's like has this extremely weird vibe. We just McDonald's is involved for some reason. He's just sitting in front of like a wall.
He did a lot of weird commercials.
It's just it's so short. It's like this PSA against drugs, and it's so short, and there's like a cut in the middle of it.
There used to be an ad campaign they did in the 90s and the 2000s. It was done by the like United Dairy Farmers of America to promote, people drinking more milk, and what the ads were just like celebrities with like a milk mustache on them. And as a kid, it was like it was kind of cool because they had like Michael Jordan, like Michael Jackson, like Celine Dion,
Michael
all these
B. Jordan, Michael B. Jackson, Michael
They even
C.
got like Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny and just and like the Muppets, and like it's like all of them have like the little milk mustache, and it's like Got Milk. Yeah, that's what it was, the Got Milk campaign. Yeah. And looking back on it, it's like that's actually kind of weird. Either there's something fucked up with me, or that's actually kind of weird.
What is weird about that? I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
It seems like just a marketing campaign.
Maybe I'm just way too fucking cum-brained. I think that's what it is.
Hell yeah,
Lord,
dude.
man.
Yeah, maybe you
Phrasing.
are way too fucking, because that did not occur to me until you said it. But now
Sure
that
did.
you have said it, I will
I'm
never be
too-
able to look at that the same.
I'm too cum-town pilled.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so actually I have an honest question. Because somebody posted this map on Twitter, and I never found an answer to what this is from. And I know this can't be just like a one-off thing. This has to be from like a series or something. I'm just really fascinated at this map.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen this before. I know that this is about. I don't know. I don't know exactly what this is, but apparently the so the Darwinists and the Clanker factions. The Darwinists are like they do bioengineering, and the Clanker factions do like steampunk
Machinery.
machinery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is set.
Yeah.
It's like a World War. Yeah, it's like a World War One type scenario. I am not entirely sure what.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I'm just like, because from the map itself, it looks fucking cool.
It really does.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
Great
so it's like
1914. Gives me what was that game that came out recently-ish, which was like 1920s steampunk diesel punk mech.
I know what you're talking about. I have the game. I played it for like a couple hours, and
It's Company of
okay.
Heroes like. It would.
Yeah,
From
it
the
was
sounds
an
of it,
RTS.
it's very okay. Like it doesn't do enough. Also, the mech combat, while good, it doesn't have it's not as extensive as I would like. I've heard. Hang on, I've got it in my library somewhere. I haven't played
Yeah,
it
I've got
yet.
Iron Harvest
That one.
1920.
Oh, that's
Iron-
the one that's the board game.
That's a board game
Yeah,
who
it-
got turned into a
Yeah,
video game.
yeah, they made a board game, and then they made an RTS game out of it.
Company of Heroes
it was
clone, basically.
$6.
Yeah, it was a story-driven RTS.
Oh, okay, it's reduced by.
Yeah.
I will say it does sound a bit fun for like a Company of Heroes light, but the mech combat is what brings it down for me from the looks of it. Because like the details on the mech are great, but when it comes down to like fighting and whatnot, it's like your mech gets damaged and that's it. There's no like in Company of Heroes, if you shoot the rear and you shoot the engine is busted. You can't move your tank anymore. There is none of that in Iron Harvest, which really is a shame from the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm looking back on this map of the Darwinists and the Clankers, and I do like the imagery of like Austria-Hungary having the giant bayonet pointed towards Serbia, and like Russia just looking like it's ready to consume Austria-Hungary, and like Germany has cannons faced at Russia's forehead. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here that's very interesting. Also, the Scandinavia looks like a forked penis.
And like Denmark looks like this little. Denmark looks like a little owl man just like rocking back and forth on top of like the German machinery.
Which is a very reasonable thing to do in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
I did a few like image what's it called? Searches, and I came up with like a book called Leviathan Die. I can't pronounce the last word.
Leviathan, die geheime Mission, the secret mission. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, Leviathan book, steampunk. What do we get?
Sounds pretty drab, if you ask me.
The map seems to be from a book series called Leviathan by Scott Westerfield.
Yep. Let's see. alternate version of World War I in which the Central Powers, known as the Clankers, use mechanized war machines against a Triple Entente, known as the Darwinists, that fabricate living creatures genetically for use in battle.
Yeah, that seems about right.
That's fucking cool. I hope the story's not
It's
bad.
kind of what we do too with
Yeah.
men.
Yes.
Just make them.
You know, that's an aspect of like science fiction that I never see get addressed. And a lot of people just write it off as like, oh, they're just gonna keep fighting until they die. But that's like a serious question. It's like, if you craft like super soldiers and then design them for war, are you really just going to use them until they die? Like, wouldn't they have like the human right to like retire?
Rights,
isn't that
man.
addressed isn't that like the point of basically Blade Runner and shit?
Yeah. Well, those are androids. They're not like.
Well, but I mean, it's a theme that is often that's like very common in sci-fi, where you have like super soldiers. I remember George R. R. Martin has a short story about this, which is admittedly not one of the greatest things he's ever written.
Which one is that?
It's basically the guy. I don't remember the name of it, but the guy like he's a super soldier and he retires, right? And so they all get sent to this one planet. Where they can then it's like a big military base where they can just hang out and chill.
Huh.
But like technically they can choose where they retire. They just all go to this one place. And he's like, "Yeah, I want to go to Earth." And his boss is like, "Excuse me, you want to do what now?" It's like, "Yeah, I want to be like the I'm a war hero that people on Earth actually know. I want to be the poster child, right? I want to do PR for you guys. I want to be like, I want to actually do something in my retirement and not just hang out." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll send you to Earth," and then they kill him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's basically
Flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
because
and
it's
I
like
guess-
they don't want to, because their super soldiers are apparently so unbeatable that they could kill all of Earth or some shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and I guess also Star Wars: The Clone Wars also addressed it with some of the clone troopers who lived out their lives after the fall of the Republic.
Cool.
In order. Okay, yeah. It's just you don't see a lot of mainstream of like the implications of like what do you do with the super soldiers when they're all old?
They're just
Yeah.
NPCs.
I turned off the Xbox.
Yeah.
Now you do what the Emperor does, like he did with the Thunder Warriors: kill them all and and make everybody lie about it.
What are you talking about? What is this slander? The Emperor wouldn't ever do anything like that.
That's true.
To be fair, the Thunder Warriors, most of them just like suffered catastrophic DNA collapse like on the battlefield, so they just melted in place.
Yeah,
At least that's what
the Emperor
magic happened.
did nothing wrong, but
This
if he
now
did,
sounds
I'm
like
glad he did
Warhammer
it.
lore. Like that was the point where it really clicked with me. What you're talking about? Like, okay, just wild shit.
Have you guys seen the new Superman? The new Superman animation?
Is there a new Superman? I thought that was a Spider-Man animation.
No, there's
Yeah,
a new
there is.
Superman animation that's like a slice of life. It's like a slice of life thing with Superman, where it's mostly about him being Clark Kent.
That sounds actually rather interesting, and I'm not sure why that is.
There's like a screenshot of him having like a hardcore like bro crush on like another dude at the Daily Planet, and he looks really goofy.
Based.
All the characters are super like drawn like cutesy as well. I don't know.
Yeah, they're drawn like they kind of look like the characters from like Invincible, with a slight anime twist, but then like their facial expressions are kind of goofy, like anime.
I'm waiting for all the release. I'll watch it all at once.
Yeah.
Damn, I remember playing Star Wars Battlefront, dude.
Yeah, I'm playing some games would win. Soon.
It fucking sucked that I really wanted the new Battlefront to be good, but then with just the policy of how they ended up releasing it, I never even got it because it's just so.
No,
terrible.
it's to me it's like, bro, why the fuck do I not get like vehicles on the ground? Why do I have to use a fucking cart system for that shit? That's cringe as fuck. But yeah, I'm
This is the
committing
first
atrocities.
one, right? Not this. Is this the second?
This is the first one. First one.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now, I completely forgot all the controls.
I
Damn it.
played a lot of hours in this game.
Hang on. Bro, I played the shit out of it when me and my bro had it.
Good times, man. Good time. This is back when games were good.
Yeah. Back in my day, games were good, and it reflects of tons of hours of
I mean,
content.
it's just a true fact that like the games just used to be better. Like,
I do feel that way, but I do find that there are quite a few like exceptional games. When there are good games, I find that they can be exceptionally good.
I mean, yeah, there's always exceptions to statements like this. That's the nature of the generalizations.
Was it? I'm over EA, man. I feel like they ruined Madden. I'm never coming home. Just like goodbye.
Madden is the
Fuck Madden. Holy shit.
fucking the hand egg one, right? I don't the football. That's the fucking. Legitimately didn't know the word. I mean,
correct.
Don't they like re-release that shit every year and it's exactly the same?
Apparently.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. The same with like FIFA.
I think I don't know anything about FIFA, but I heard they stopped making FIFA because of the press relating to it.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, they still make FIFA.
Okay.
Yeah, they still do that.
Is your ping terrible in game too, Posh?
No, this is single player. My FPS is terrible.
Okay, it's the FPS. All right, that makes sense.
God, I'm gonna have such fun times playing with Win.
It sounded almost sarcastic, like he didn't really mean it.
Well, of course I didn't fucking mean it.
Damn, dude.
I remembered like this was in. I remember I actually played this game in French, if you'll believe it.
Really?
I don't know what the fuck is he doing? Holy shit!
That's a bony ass, dude. I would not want to stick my dick in that.
No, but holy shit! I completely forgot. You can crouch down pretty low for.
Okay.
Hang on. Lord, that is so awkward.
Is your computer sort of like messing up, or is it your internet speed?
No, it's out. It's my computer, definitely. Because like right now, I've got like 25 FPS.
That's. I mean, it really sucks not having access to like your proper computer, honestly.
To be fair, at least with my current setup, I am playing some old ass games that I would have not played just because I was not. I was playing other games with like higher specs.
I remember those bikes. I fucking loved those bikes as a kid.
Stamps, as they called them.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're called, but these fucking rule.
Shit.
So there's some like drama surrounding the new Superman show. About them.
Oh no! Did Lois Lane?
Yeah, they're like Slade looks like too much like a fashion model or whatever, and he's not like true to the source material of being a crazy killer.
Okay.
Just shut the the fuck up. It looks good. What the fuck are people complaining? I saw people complain about fucking what's her name? The girl who has electricity. They redesigned her. I'm like, girl, the fuck are you complaining about? She looks hot. She looks fucking hot. What the fuck are you on about? I'm like, bro, people will be complaining about shit just because they ain't got the right skin color. I'm like,
that's all you need.
she's not. She
Live
just
Wire,
has
that's her name. Okay.
Live Wire. Thank you. But like,
They race swapped her and buffed her up a little bit.
They not only did they race swap her, but people be saying that she has like genuinely one of the worst cuts imaginable. I'm like, bro, I'd fucking fuck her. And people were just like, bro, you fucking crazy and shit. I'm like, I'd still fuck her. She's hot. What the fuck are you on?
I just love the drama. It's my favorite. That people complain about.
Something I noticed on TikTok is that people on younger people on TikTok are discovering Marvel ruins all over again, and I just feel so bad for them.
What do you mean Marvel ruins?
Marvel ruins is because I'm sure you know in the Marvel universe there's many different versions of Earth. Like our Earth is in the Marvel universe. It's just in our Earth. All the characters are comic book characters, yada yada. So Marvel ruins takes place all in Earth, where everybody who got superpowers and everybody who became superheroes, everything went wrong for them. Like the biggest example is Spider-Man. Spider-Man in Marvel Ruins, he got bit by the radioactive spider, but instead of getting like superpowers, he becomes a living tumor, a living cancer, a living radioactive cancer. No, and he just becomes this crazy homeless man that if he touches anybody, they get sick as well.
So like Venom, basically, a little bit?
I swear, people...
Venom. I know nothing about superheroes, but this sounds very cool.
And another example is the Incredible Hulk, where the Doctor, when he gets exposed to gamma radiation or the gamma bomb,
dies.
He turns into a living mass of like tumors, and the CIA uses him as a weapon. He's just he just turns into a mass of tumors.
Jesus Christ.
The Incredible. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
For anything related to Peter Parker, I swear nowadays, God damn it. But I swear, like nowadays, they just have fun ruining his fucking life over and over again. Because there was like this recent comic where, what was it? He got split up from Mary Jane because they went through a portal to the future, and he got sent back to the past, but Mary Jane didn't. And she hooks up with a guy, even though both her and Peter are married. And then Mary Jane decides to go with the guy, even though Peter comes back for her. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Can they just not be happy?
Well, he was gone for like, 7 years, right? Time dilated different in the alternate dimension.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, it's like, can we not just let them be a happy couple?
No, but hang on, though. If the guy is gone 7 years and you don't even know what the fuck happened to him, like that, I feel like it's kind of reasonable to then be like, alright, I'm gonna move on with my life.
Yeah.
I mean... Wait, was it 7 years? I thought it was only like... Oh, no, it wasn't. Yeah, no, fair. But it's like every time with Peter Parker, it's like some shit happens to make it miserable. I understand, like, the whole, with great power comes great responsibility. Great message. But every time with Peter Parker, it's like, you have to lose someone to understand that message. And it's like, this is one of my pet peeves with the Across the Spider-Verse one, right? Where it's like, Miles Morales, spoilers, by the way. I will be spoiling Across the Spider-Verse for some people.
That's fine. It's fine with me.
So anyone watching the live stream, if you don't want that spoiled, fucking tune out. Last warning. But so like Miles loses his uncle, right? Not his uncle Ben, but like his uncle. He
Ned.
dies, and fuck. What happens to... You're right, he loses his uncle, and now in the current one, apparently he's going to lose his dad because that's how it's supposed to happen. I'm like, he already lost his uncle who was a pretty big inspiration to him. Like, a lot of Spider-Mans across the fucking universe have lost someone who was their pretty big inspiration, who made them realize, shit, this shit comes with responsibilities that I have to do, you know? I have to save as many people as I fucking can, right? And it's just like, he's already lost his fucking dad. And now I can fucking guarantee you, in the fucking sequel, this is not a spoiler, this is purely speculation on my part. The dad is still going to fucking live, and they're going to be like, oh shit, we were completely fucking wrong. What the fuck happened? It's like, bruh, he already fucking lost someone. Of course he wasn't going to fucking lose his dad.
Canonical events, though, right? Like Spider-Man always loses his uncle, and then he always loses the police chief, right? So that's what the movie's talking about.
No,
You can't
they're
ruin the canon.
Are they supposed
Oh
to
man,
be
I'm reading through a summary of Marvel Ruins, and I forgot that like NASA discovered Galactus just dead orbiting Mars, and they don't know who Galactus is. They just call him the dead god. And later on,
who wrote this? This sounds like someone who just hates fun.
Who wrote this? This is probably the saddest one. The Silver Surfer went insane because he forgot what it felt like to breathe. So he ended up like ripping his body open, trying to make himself breathe, and that's how he died.
What?
It was created by Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis wrote this.
Here we go.
Professor Xavier becomes president of the United States and imprisons the X-Men and all other mutants in concentration camps. Tony Stark creates... California tries to secede from the United States, and Tony Stark becomes Iron Man and creates the Avengers in order to assist in California seceding. They were sold out by the Scarlet Witch to the U.S. government, and the U.S. government shot down their jets and killed them all.
I feel like this is more realistic than like.
Yeah,
I like this a lot.
The creepiest one is like the Fantastic Four. Ben Grimm, the Thing, he didn't accompany the rest of them up into space. So when they went up to space and got their quote superpowers, they all just like fucking died. But Reed Richards, Mr. Incredible, or Mr. Fantastic, whatever the fuck his name was, Reed Richards.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, they did find his corpse, but his like limbs were all stretched out, and like his face was just frozen in just complete agony, and like his limbs and his torso are just all stretched out and torn apart. It's like, oh my god, it's like I'm just reading through this of all these characters, and it's like
just the realistic version of what would have.
This is just fucking horror porn. This is just gore. Johnny Blaze, he instead of being like the dude with the skull head and it's on fire, he's just a psychotic motorcycle daredevil who just douses his head in gasoline and lights it on fire and does tricks at a
calories in, calories out.
Yeah. I'm just reading through the summary, it's just so fucking depressing. And it's only like 3 issues long. It's a very short series.
A lot happens in that very short series.
I mean, it's just it's from the viewpoint of a journalist who used to work with Peter Parker, and he's just he writes he's writing this article because he actually fucking hates Peter Parker. So I guess what happened to Peter
J.
Parker?
Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I think it's Jameson is his name. Oh yeah, he hates Peter Parker because when he went to go meet Peter Parker after he got bit and Peter Parker turned into like a radioactive cancer, Peter Parker accidentally made him sick with the cancer.
Damn.
So yeah.
I imagine this for like One Piece. It's just Luffy just drowning on episode 1.
Oh god, yeah.
That would be that though. Like,
yeah, because he ate the devil fruit and
the
he
story
can't swim.
never happens. God damn, that rules. I wasn't aware that Marvel had several parallel universes. I thought that was something they did for like the cinematic universe. Because
they have because there's several different, like you're talking about how they always shit on Spider-Man. They've done like far worse to him. There's like another parallel universe where the mutations didn't stop and Peter just becomes this eldritch fucking spider and he is completely aware of what's happening to his body. It's like The Fly, like the movie The Fly. He is turning into this monstrous eldritch spider, and he is aware of everything that's happening to him.
I mean, The Fly. That's just a story about a cool guy who has a nice day because he sprouts wings and he flies around. And that's cool. It's just having a cool life as a bug. That's what the story is about. I was running around the world for several years thinking that like. I was impressed with the MCU because it was like, damn, they just killed off half their characters, right? That was crazy. Until I found out that hadn't happened.
No, they couldn't let them go.
That was such a fucking ballless move. Ultimately, that I'm really disappointed in them for this. It's very small dicked of them.
Small dick energy.
Especially considering that I thought it was very like cool that they originally did it. Is it? Did they just release every single Marvel film twice now to account for both of the versions of the parallel universes?
What's that?
Do they just release every single Marvel film twice now to account for the differences of the parallel universes?
Oh, man. There is one universe where, like, there's a zombie outbreak and all the heroes become zombies. And it's actually pretty fucking cool.
Is that zombies with superpowers?
No, they don't lose their superpowers, but they're also just zombies.
I heard
that's what I mean. They're just zombies with superpowers.
DC.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm like, okay, this is cool.
I heard that also happened in DC.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah,
DC.
but they removed their integrity. And put in the corporate lobbying interests when they go to DC. Get it? They become zombies of the corporates.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There you go, baby. Comedy.
Comedy, baby.
Comedy. Jimmy Comedy.
We got the jokes.
Oh, shit. This really makes you want to play Battlefront again, though. Like, I couldn't play a game as old as this. I'm too... Cis lost the plaza, damn. Royal Guards cap. That's the two genders. Cis and Royal Guards.
My pronouns are Her Majesty.
Yeah.
Goddamn, I'm the only one left.
Fucking vehicles rule, dude.
Yeah. A lot of them do.
I saw like a completely delusional and deranged tweets a couple days ago where it was just
Oh,
like it was just like this hardcore Christian dude, and he made a tweet about like when we finally conquer India, like India will be the greatest Christian nation ever, and a whole bunch of people from India are like, "You fucking what?" And it was just he's like, "No, we're not gonna conquer it. We're gonna just peacefully convert India to Christianity." And it's like, are you?
Why?
Is something wrong with your head?
Yeah, why would that happen? That's stupid.
It was just like a tweet that is just. I think a lot of people don't realize that when they post something on Twitter, other people can read it.
Well, I kind of feel for him. Like when I was 8 years old, I went door to door knocking, like trying to get people to convert to Christianity.
Well, yeah, but you were indoctrinated
Did
and you were a child.
Threaten them? Like,
yeah, did you
Nope,
say
just-
we're going to conquer your country?
I'm gonna
And the
conquer
race
your
I would say
culture?
like, "Howdy, neighbor. I don't want you to go to hell, so come
If I
church."
manage to fucking clench this, if I fucking manage to clench this with one fucking ticket left,
Jesus. The
I got
AI
just
doesn't
two
seem to be
people
too
left.
clever. You're gonna make it, I think.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
I found
I'm a
out
fucking-
shit about a civilization, a group of people living in Brazil called the Piraha today. And
Piraha.
yeah, they are. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It just sounds cool. They literally don't give a fuck. That's what they're like. They have like a super Darwinian society where everything is just about the present moment. So what'll basically happen is they will not help people who are like a lot of people who are in like a dangerous situation. If like a child, they have like children playing with knives, and if the children kill themselves, that's their problem, right? There's a story about like a mother who was giving birth, and she was like crying, and because she was like dying, right? Which is what happens. Nobody was assisting her because they were like, well, yeah, if she can't live, she can't live.
How did
This sounds
how
like-
does this society is this like a tribe or
It's
is this like
a tribe in the Amazon.
okay, how did they survive beyond like 10 years? Because I feel like this society would just immediately collapse.
Holy shit.
No, they've been around for a long, long time, and because they live entirely in the present, basically, no one's been able to convert them. Because they won't accept a story that they hear unless they know that there is a living eyewitness to it.
I mean, cool. That's a very pragmatic way to work, that's a good thing. But the whole not helping, is it's like the not helping. Like if somebody gets injured or somebody gets sick, it's like that's.
I mean, they do that in
basis-
some cases. It's just specifically with like children for some reason they don't do it.
Right? It's just the Sigma grind set, but for the whole tribe.
Well,
It's
that
really
is true. That is true historically, at least up until like the 19th century. Children were treated more as a commodity than as living entities.
Yeah.
You know,
I forgot this map existed. Oh man.
Their culture is it's quite strange.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if like I'm sure like if they're doing that to children, then that does sound like something that was pretty common. Like I said, up until like the early 20th, late 19th century.
But like other tribes in that area don't necessarily do that. They also, this is one of the weirdest things that they do. It's also fascinating because it reveals something about like human psychology. They're not like they have like a very limited sense of continuity of identity, right? So they change their names over the course of their lives. Usually, this happens when they trade it with a spirit that they encounter. There's a story about like the guy who wrote the book, who like studied them for like 20, 30 years, and he lived with them for a long time. He was just sitting around, and one of them was like, "Dude, look at the fucking beach. There's a spirit right there. Look at the fucking beach." And he looks, and there's no spirit. And everyone's telling me the fucking spirit is right there. Well, how can't you see it, you fucking idiot? It's just the beach. And this happens all the time where they just see spirits. And like sometimes when they encounter them, they trade names with them, and then they will no longer respond to their old names because they're not that person. That is a person that they used to be, but they are not anymore.
So like an example would be like if you like head out into the jungle to do some hunting and gathering, you would come across a spirit, and the spirit's name is like Bobby.
Yeah.
And you trade names with him. If you come back, you're no longer Gideon, you're Bobby.
Yeah.
And so if I say, "Hey Gideon, what'd you come back with?" you just would not respond to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't respond to you. If you like, if you pointed out like, so there was this. So eventually, so the guy, he called this one guy many times, and the guy just didn't react to him, right? And so then later he was like, you are aware that that person no longer exists. I used to be that person, but that person no longer exists.
Just
So
straight
why
up
you
went,
call me
nah, B, that's not how it happens.
That would be this. This just sounds like an incredibly frustrating society to live in.
They also-
I would
they-
just be so angry.
Yeah. They also don't eat a lot of days. Like, they just don't eat because they want to just hang out. They're like, yeah, we're not going fishing today. Fuck it. We're just gonna dance and like hang out on the fucking. Also, yeah.
I was just about to say the day going days without eating because they just want to chill, and just all their quirks. It makes me think if there's like a plant or something that they're eating in the wild that's just like a very powerful hallucinogen or like a psychoactive drug that they're eating.
I mean,
That's
the
just
guy
causing them to behave
lived
like
with
this.
them for several, like 30 years or something, like on and off, and he never like reported any of that. So
He never
yeah.
he never glommed on. He never went native.
Well, he
anything
did
like
go
that?
native for like an extended period of time, and that never became like a thing for him.
Because I mean, I've had discussions before in other friend groups of like, what if you could truly become like both immortal and invincible, so you would never die? Like, how would you keep yourself from going insane? And we just basically decided the best way to deal with it is to just like every 100 years or so, just completely not only change your personality, but change who you are as like a sentient sapient being.
I feel like that would happen to an extent, depending on
Yeah,
how
yeah.
it works. If it just
Alzheimer's?
continues to crystallize, of course that wouldn't happen. But
Like with
Well, it's like-
Parthenon.
Well, it's like I would say like, okay, for like a couple centuries I'd become like a powerful CEO, and then when I got sick of that, I would just like force myself to devolve and just become like a caveman and just like live in the desert for like
Yeah.
1,000 years, and
Yeah.
then come back and become like a religious leader or something.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
these people are not immortal. Yeah, and also they have a very interesting language, but I don't understand what exactly is interesting about it. They have like 11 phonemes, but they have like 65,000 cases for verbs.
So, a morality question.
Yeah.
In our society, if you let a kid, cut himself, that's child neglect. You get locked up. You're in trouble. In their society, that's the norm.
Yeah.
but it would be wrong of us to impose our standards on them. But I'm kind of trying to count why.
Well, it's not the
Why
fact that
is
the
it?
kid. It's not the fact that the kid cut himself that would happen. It's the circumstances around the kid hurting himself. Were you neglectful and left stuff out that he could get hurt on? Did you encourage him when he did get hurt? Did you immediately take care of the situation, take care of the kid, or did you just ignore them?
So
It's not that.
Yeah, there is an example of this happening with that preacher actually. So it's very good. That's actually a very, very astute analysis, I think, because there was a kid whose mother had died, and he was like suffering. He was tired. It was a baby, and the guy tried to keep this baby alive for a bit, but obviously he couldn't suckle it, and none of the other mothers wanted to give away their milk because they needed it for their own baby.
Yeah.
And so he gave it like formula and shit, but they were like convinced that there was nothing that could be done for this baby to be kept alive. So one day when he was like out, they like killed it. They just murdered that baby, and they were angry with him for like letting it live for that long because that like needlessly prolonged its suffering.
It is kind of fucked, though.
Right, but they're not getting charged, right? So
it's
like
in their society, I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, this is a really fucked up example that's on TikTok. On TikTok there's a mother who has, I'm not even sure how old the kid is, but the kid's like severely hydrocephalic. Like has a huge head. The kid is completely disabled. He has no eyes. He can barely function. Yeah, and the mother, basically, from what it looks like from the outside, the mother is keeping the kid alive so they can get money and attention on TikTok.
Oh my god.
She's on her mindset.
And like you have so many people saying like, oh, thank you, God bless you, Leo, for taking this burden on. You're such a good mother for taking care of your son. And like most other people are like, why he is, because I watched it for like I watched it for like 5 minutes.
You went into the rabbit hole, or just I
just watched it a live stream for like 5 minutes. The kid did absolutely nothing. The kid just laid there. The only way you could tell he was alive was his like his life support was like beeping. The only other thing you could hear was like the mom talking like, God bless you. Yes, we're doing so much. Every
you think he's brain
everything.
dead?
Yes, he's complete. He does absolutely nothing. He just lays there.
It's not even contributing to the economy.
Yeah, he's.
Well, look, that's very capitalistic. But I like it. I feel like if you're brain dead, you're just not a person. So what's the problem?
It's
like you're still a person though. So that's It's not that. It's a very complicated like ethical thing, because like I mean, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna murder her child? She's gonna go to prison for that.
Well, you can take people who are brain dead off lives because they just say, well, if that's not what they wanted or what you want for them, right?
Yeah, it's.
But if they can recover, then of course, like, give these people their chance at life.
Chris, why do you have a gun that puts a very uncomfortable color filter that makes everything extremely bright?
Are you playing Halo?
It is in fact. Sorry. It's not. It's any gun. It's because of the helmet I'm wearing, the armor.
Why do you have witcher swords on your back?
I don't know, if I'm honest.
Anyway,
In the
also,
same-
the Piraha apparently have sex with children because children are adults.
Oh god.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you made it sound like an esoteric little thing, and then you mentioned the fact that yeah, they have sex with
It's like
children. I'm
there's so they apparently it's like not particularly common with them, but they do groom the children, which is extremely fucked up.
you're just making this worse. You're
Yeah.
just making this worse.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not posting a picture. Hopefully Reddit doesn't show a preview image, but here's a link to a Reddit thread about this account. It's just
probably won't have time to go through it all in the last and this stream is done.
oh well, okay, good. It's a good thing I posted it then when it went down.
I forgot how
Yes.
fun phone pilots were. Their weapon is a fucking menace.
That's a much better note than them's was fucking it's to end the show on. Thank you all very much for watching. See you around, cuz. There's probably a new video coming out tomorrow, so see you around, cuz.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
Shit.